Hey guys, I want to talk to you about something on my heart today, and that is the need for more boldness in society today. I don't think we're bold enough sometimes. When I talk about being bold, I'm not talking about being rude or obnoxious or sticking your nose into other people's business, but I'm just simply saying that there are times when injustice is taking place and we don't need to remain silent. We need that in our society today. In the first church in the book of Acts, it says that after the people hooked up with God, one of their main attributes was a spirit of boldness. I was watching TV the other day and I saw a show, and I've watched it 2 or 3 times since then. And the producers, what they would do is they would take some movie actors, put them in a public venue, and cause them to do something very rude and almost cruel. For example, in one episode, they had an adult telling teenagers they were fat and ugly and stupid and yelling at them out in a public place to see if anybody would intervene. And you know what? There wasn't a spirit of boldness. Not many people would intervene. They would just let this go on and on and on. Now, if we're bold in love, there's several good things that can result from this. Number one is some people might have a wake-up call and they might change the way they're living. I was in a health food store the other day, and they had a deli out there of food. They had fruit, they had vegetables, and I watched a guy go by and he was grazing. He'd pick a piece of food out of the trays and put it to his mouth, and he'd reach it down and get another one, almost as if he was doing it without thinking. And after I watched it for a while, I said, "Sir," I said, "I don't know if you know what you're doing, but you know, you're sticking your hands into the food, and that's not really cool. You know, we have the flu going around today, and we have colds going around. In fact, people are dying from the flu, and that's probably not a healthy thing to do." And of course, he just took off. He was embarrassed. I wanted to say more, but he didn't give me a chance. But maybe that's a habit that he shouldn't have. And maybe by being bold, maybe he won't do that anymore. Also, when we're bold, we might save a lot of people heartaches. For example, I heard someone tell the story the other day, and it went something like this. They were driving across a bridge in a very large city, and they saw a very suspicious man standing by the edge of the fencing area over there by the bridge, and they drove past him, and when they did, the little girl was probably 8 years old in the back seat, said, "Dad, did you see that man?" He said, "Yes, I did." She said, "Dad, was there something wrong with him? Should we go back and try to help him?" And he said, "It was almost like God spoke to my heart." And we turned around, we went back, found a parking place, and went over and started a conversation with a man, and lo and behold, he was there to commit suicide. They said, "You know, I prayed that if this wasn't God's will for me, that he would cause someone to stop and talk to me." And he said, "I watched car after car and no one stopped, but you did finally." And so this act of boldness, this act of courage, probably saved a lot of people from heartache. When we're bold, we can confirm for people the reality of God. I was driving up in the mountains the other day, and I saw some young people broken down in a car, and I went past them, and it's like, I don't know, I felt something for them. I felt sorry for them, and I began to pray, and I felt like maybe God wanted me to go back and help them. And of course I went back and told them I was a Christian and that I felt like God wanted me to come back, and they said, "Oh my goodness, we have been praying that somebody would come back. We needed help." So you see, being bold can help us and help others in so many ways. It takes courage. You say, "Ron, what if I get embarrassed? What if I get told off? I can even get punched in the nose." Well, if you do it with love, a lot of love, and do it with gentleness, I don't think that's going to happen. And even if it does happen, we need to be willing to pay the price. I'm telling you, take this for what it's worth. What I need, and I think God needs for a lot of us, to be more bold today. So God bless. I know I'll see you soon with another thought, but that's it for today. Have a good one.